Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the 135 community presentation. I'm Brian Frazier, and I'll be going over the 135 process tonight. Glad that you all can make it. Let's get everything situated here. All right, so I'd like to welcome you to the 135 community. I'm glad that you all could make it tonight. We're going to be going over a process that is affiliated with the 135 community. For anyone that is their first time looking at this process, uh, we invite you to take notes if you need to, um, and hope that this process will resonate with you, to where you can really understand uh, how this process works, and you can take this process and to help others and to also help yourself. Um, it's a very unique process. The concept that we use in the 135 community in this process is it's an old concept. It's been around for a long, long time. But the process that we actually use is something relatively new. It has some things within it that you may be familiar with, but the total overall aspect of it is fairly new. And so it may take a little bit. You may have to look at it more than once to really get the true essence of it and get the right perspective of what we're trying to do here. Because there is a certain tenor that we bring with this process, and this is something that you regularly won't find on the internet. Um, and as far as I know, we're the only one with this process, this particular one that we're going to show you. So it's going to be fairly new, and that we hope that it resonates with you, and you can actually see what we're trying to do in this community. Now, I do want to go over some things that's going to be necessary for you to understand before we get into the process itself. Because in order to do this, there's going to be some certain characteristics that you will need to have to be able to go through fruition into this process. Um, the process is for anybody, but everybody may not be for the process. Okay? And so it's going to be certain characteristics that you will need to have, and if you don't have them, then as you go through this process, you will develop them. Okay? Because if you don't develop them, then you might not make it through. Now, before I get into the characteristics, I do want to say that the process that we have here in the community, it's a very simple process, really. And I would venture to say it's pretty easy to do. Okay, but now in saying that, as easy as this process may be, and as simple as it is, it's just as easy to mess this up. And maybe that's why it may be kind of difficult for some people. And I'm just being, forthcoming with you and straight up. Because the simplicity of it sometimes becomes the downfall for people because of how simple it is. And this is why we have this, we make mention of the characteristics that an individual may need to have in order to go through this. All right. And so you're going to hear me talk about these characteristics over and over again because it's very important. And one of those characteristics is honesty. In order to go through this process, you have to be very honest. You have to be honest with yourself and honest with the people that you're dealing with. It's going to be very important. Also, it's going to take integrity, which goes right along with honesty. So honesty and integrity is kind of like the cornerstones of going through this process. Then we have commitment. You know, we in this community, when going through this process in this community, the 135 community, our whole commitment is to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. Okay? And that's what this community is being developed for. Now, you can do whatever you want to do, but that's what we want to do within this community, is to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. And if you're committed to getting rid of debt, and of course, when I say getting rid of debt, first thing you want to do is get rid of your own debt. Right? So get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. This is the cause that we're fighting for in this community, because there's far too many people that's in debt and in poverty in this country and around the world. All right, so that's our mission here in this community, and so we want to be committed to doing that. And then discipline. Discipline is the key. Because of the simplicity of this process, you have to be disciplined to stick with it, because it's very, very easy to get off track, you know, to leave it by the wayside, to get sidetracked. All right. So these characteristics is going to be paramount in getting through this. And so it's going to take special people to really get through this process. Now, before I go any further, one thing that I always like to go over, because anytime that you bring people into something or invite people into something, a lot of times people have preconceived notions that they think that what you're trying to get them into is a pyramid scheme. So before we even get into anything, into the process, I just want to go over a pyramid scheme and what that really entails, because most people don't know what a pyramid scheme really is, and so they confuse it with platforms and programs to where you have to invite people or recruit people into something, and that's the first thing that comes to a person's mind is a pyramid scheme. So if you're new to this, we want to make sure that we distinguish between a pyramid scheme and what we do in this process in the 135 community. Now, it's just a small, brief definition here that I have of a pyramid scheme, and I'll give you the perspective of it. But you can Google pyramid scheme and get a more detailed definition of it. But here I'm just giving you a real brief definition and give you a perspective of what a pyramid scheme is. So here we say a pyramid scheme is a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. And the key word here, of course, is investors. The initial promoters recruit investors who in turn recruit more investors, and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level, the number of investors increase. Right? So now, the key word here, as I said before, is investors. Now, in a pyramid scheme, when you have investors in a pyramid scheme, when you're an investor, the main thing that you're looking for is a return on your investment. Okay, a rate of return on your investment. Now, the people who run a pyramid scheme, the thing that they do is they take the monies in from the last people that come in to the scheme, and they take a portion of that money and they give it out to the first people who came into the scheme prior to them. And they make believe, or they get the people to believe, that the money that they're receiving is a return on their investment. So that's a bit of a deception, and it's like an illusion. That's against the law. The Securities Exchange Commission will come down very heavy on you in doing something like that. That is what you call a pyramid scheme. Taking monies from one person and giving it to another as a rate of return on an investment. That's illegal. That's a money game. That is a true pyramid scheme. And they have plenty of pyramid schemes out here, and they have real big ones. I mean, people have lost millions, if not billions of dollars doing pyramid schemes. All right. So there's a legitimate concern for people, not wanting to get taken in by a pyramid scheme because they're out there. So I just wanted to go over that so you'll understand, because most people, when they say pyramid scheme or pyramid, they're really thinking about the pyramid structure, okay? The structure of a pyramid, the triangle. That's what they're really thinking about. But they lump it in with the pyramid scheme, which is something completely different. And most of the time when they think of a pyramid structure, they really don't realize that the pyramid structure that they're thinking of is really, pertaining to the actual jobs that they have in the corporate world. Where you have a pyramid scheme or pyramid structure or a triangle where, the person who makes all the money is at the top of the triangle or the pyramid, so to speak. And that's what people have in their minds most of the time. So the person at the top makes all the money. Well, that's a misconception, because the people that work on their jobs actually work in a pyramid structure. Okay? Because the person at the top of their job, no one makes more money than the CEO or the head of the corporation that they work for. So that's really a true pyramid structure. The government is a pyramid structure. Just about every job out here is a pyramid structure. And so that's what people have in their minds. They just don't realize that they're already in one. Now, people get it confused with network marketing or MLM and different programs like that, and they get it confused. Those are also pyramid structures, but it's just an inverted pyramid structure. So it's a difference between the two, and that's why that's where people get confused. I don't want to go over all of that, but I just want to acknowledge the differences between them. So when you're talking to someone in reference to the 135 and the process that we're getting ready to go over, at least you can explain to them what a pyramid scheme is and what a pyramid structure is. All right? Because this process is nowhere near a pyramid scheme or a pyramid structure within itself. So I just wanted to make that known before we got into the process, because people do get confused by that. And that's the first thing people come at you with when you're trying to get them to take a look at something, is that, oh, that must be one of them pyramid things. All right, so we always like to get that out front, get that out the way up front. All right. So now with the 135, with the process that we're getting ready to explain, I just went over the characteristics that you're going to have in order to go through this process. Honesty, integrity, commitment, and discipline. Okay. And as we go through this process, you'll see why you're going to need all of those characteristics. You'll see why. Now, if you can, I want you to kind of, and this may be a little difficult to do, but I want you to kind of put money to the side. And I want you to focus on the process, the actual process itself, not the money. And I know most people are going to be here for the money, and it's going to be difficult not to look at the money, for the simple fact is that's all I'm going to be talking about as I go through this process. So it's almost like an oxymoron, so to speak, right? Because all I'm going to be talking about is money. But what I want you to really focus on is the process itself, because that's the most important part of this whole thing, of this whole presentation. All right. And if we follow the process, then you'll see that the money will automatically come. All right. And so now the concept that we use in this process is geared towards compounding. Albert Einstein once said that the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. And so utilizing compounding, the compounding effect, is a very powerful, powerful thing. And no matter what you use it in. All right. And so the analogy that I always use is taking a penny and doubling that penny every day for the next 30 days. You know, that's a great analogy to use because it's something that you can do. You can draw it out and see the magic of it and what it can do. All right? And I really encourage you to do that. Get a calculator and take a penny and double it every day for the next 30 days. So that means take a penny and then the next day that turns into 2 pennies. The next day it turns into 4 pennies. The next day you have 8 pennies, and so on and so forth. You're doubling that every day for the next 30 days. You take a calculator and you do that, and by the time you get to the end of 30 days, you will be astounded to find that you will have over $5.3 million just starting with a penny in a matter of 30 days. And without really calculating it up yourself, it's almost unbelievable to even think that way, think that something like that could happen. And so that's why I encourage you to really do that, so you can really see the magic of compounding. All right? Because numbers don't lie. That's one thing, the numbers don't lie, and it will astound you. So now, with that in mind, and with the characteristics in mind, let's get into the process itself. Now, the first step in the process is dealing with the family dollar donation. The family dollar donation. And that's exactly what it is, a dollar donation. So, to get started in the dollar donation, all you need is $1. Okay, that's all you need. And I want you to take that $1 and I want you to donate that $1 to the person that invited you. All right, that's all you have to do. Take $1 and donate it to the person that invited you. And then what you want to do is find a minimum of 3 people that you can invite into this process where they can donate $1 to you. All right? That's it. That's how this process starts. With $1 and inviting 3 people, a minimum of 3 people who can donate $1. That is going to be the crux of this whole thing. And we want to keep it as simple as that, really. We just want to keep it that simple. Because if we can keep it that simple and keep it that way, you'll see just how powerful it can be. Right? So now, the other aspect of this is that we only going to donate on a Monday or a Thursday. On a Monday or a Thursday. Not every day, just on Mondays and Thursdays. That's it. The reason why? Because we want to keep organized. We want to stay as organized as we possibly can. Well, you say, well, why we got to stay organized just on a Monday and a Thursday? For the simple reason is, through this process, there will be no website. There will be no computer software to keep track of anything. Everything is going to be done by the individual themselves. Right? And there's a reason for that. And you'll see why as we go through. Right? So in the first step of this, Mondays and Thursdays are the only days that we donate. You're only going to donate $1 at the very beginning of this process. And you're going to donate that dollar to your inviter. And you want to go and find 3 people, a minimum of 3 people that can donate $1 to you. So today is a Monday. You're brand new. So you take $1 and you donate that dollar to your inviter. So now that you've done that, you've entered into the process. Now what you want to do on Thursday, which is a donation day, the next donation day is on Thursday, you want to have 3 people that you can invite into the process by Thursday that can donate $1 to you. And that starts your first day of the donation process. All right? So let's get into it. So now, on the next donation day, which is the first day of the donation process for you, you've got 3 people that's going to donate $1 to you. That's $3 that you'll take in. Out of that $3, you're going to take $2 and you're going to send that to your inviter. You're going to donate $2 to your inviter on that donation day. You're going to keep $1 for yourself. Now you've got your $1 back that you previously donated on the previous donation day. So literally, money in this process is no issue. Okay? That's why we want you to focus on the process, because money is no issue. Because everybody can come up with $1. Do you agree? Everybody can come up with $1. I mean, you could walk down the street and $1 falls out your pocket. And by the time you get home and you realize that $1 fell out of your pocket, you would say, well, no big deal, it's just $1. And you would move on with your life. No big obstacle. So $1 is, to most people, is $1, is not really that significant. Okay? And so as you get your $1 back in the process, in the first day of the process, now it's no issue at all. So at this point, anything that you receive from this point on, we equate it to house money. Like if you're in a casino, that's house money, right? So now, if we go to donation day 2, because remember, donation days is on Mondays and Thursdays. So we go to donation day 2. Now the 3 people have gotten their 3 people that donated $1 to them. So now they're going to donate $2 to you. So that's $2 each from the 3 people, giving you $6. You're going to take $4 of that $6 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And you're going to keep $2 for yourself. Now you've just accumulated $3 in the first 2 donation days in this process. Real simple, real easy stuff. Simple stuff. Okay? Now that you've received $3, you've kept $3 for yourself, the next step in this process is to upgrade with those $3 to the $3 cash tripler. The $3 cash tripler. So now you're going to take the $3 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. So now that just entered you into the cash tripler. So now you're in 2 different processes. The $1 process, the family $1 process, $1 donation, and the cash tripler. 2 different processes now at this particular point. Right? So now we go to donation day 3. And in donation day 3, in the $1 process, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $4 each. That's a total of $12 that you will take in. Out of that $12, you're going to take $8 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $4 for yourself. That's a total of $7 that you have taken in just in the $1 process. That's a total of $7 that you've taken in to that point. Okay? So now, the third donation day in the $1 process becomes the first donation day in the cash tripler. So the 3 people that you initially invited, now they upgraded to the cash tripler, and they donate to you $3 each. Now you take in $9. At this point, you're going to take $6 of that, and you're going to donate that to your inviter, which you're going to keep $3 for yourself, and now you've got your $3 back that you originally donated. So now that's a total of $10 that you've accumulated to this point. All right. With me? Okay. Not that difficult. We're going to keep it simple. All right. Now, so now the next donation day, which is the 4th donation day in the process, in the $1 process, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $8 each. That's a total of $24 that you take in. Out of that, you're going to take $16 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $8 for yourself. That's a total of $15 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's a total of $18 that you've taken in throughout the process thus far. All right. So that's 4 donation days. All right. Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays or Thursdays. Now, the 4th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 2nd donation day in the cash tripler. So that means now the 3 people are now going to donate to you $6 each. That's a total of $18 that you're going to take in. You're going to take $12 of that, and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $6 for yourself. That's a total of $9 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler, bringing you to a total of $24 that you've accumulated thus far. So now at this point in the community, you're going to go to the next step in the process, which is going to take $5, and you're going to enter into the $5 freedom process. All right, you're going to take $5 and enter into the $5 freedom process, which you're going to donate the $5 to the person that invited you. Now you're in 3 different processes at this point. You entered into the $1 process, the $3 cash tripler, and the $5 freedom process now. So you're in 3 different processes now. All right, 3 different processes. All right. Now, honesty and integrity are going to be key here as we move forward. And we want to be committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. And as long as we can stay disciplined to this process, there's no reason why you can't get through this. Okay? So now let's move on. On donation day 5, the 5th donation day in the $1 process. Remember, donation days are on Mondays and Thursdays. The 3 people on the 5th donation day are going to donate to you $16 each. That's a total of $48. Out of that 48, you're going to take $32 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $16 for yourself. That's a total of $31 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process, taking you to over $40 up to this point in the process. All right. So now the 5th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 3rd donation day in the cash tripler. So now in the cash tripler, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $12 each. That's $36. You're going to take $24 of that $36, and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $12 for yourself. Now you've just accumulated $18 just in the cash tripler. That takes you over $52 in the process thus far. So now the 3rd donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 1st donation day in the $5 freedom. So now the three people are now going to donate to you $5 each in the $5 freedom. That's $15 that you take in. You're going to take $10 of that, donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $5 for yourself. Now you got your $5 back that you previously donated. That's a $57 that you've accumulated to this point. Now remember, $1 one time out of pocket. That's all you ever did. All right? So really, money was no issue in here. Money is no issue. You're playing with house money at this point, right? Nobody's losing any money in this process. All right, now, on the next donation day, that's donation day 6. Remember, Mondays and Thursdays. On donation day 6, in the $1 process, the three people are now going to donate to you $32 each. That's a total of $96 that you take in. Out of that, you're going to take $64 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $32 for yourself. That's $63 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's a total of $89 to this point. $89. And all you ever did was come out of your pocket one time with $1. That's it. That's all anybody's doing is $1. Okay, an initial donation of $1. Money is no issue here. Everybody's dealing with house money now. Okay? Now the 6th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 4th donation day in the cash tripler. So now the three people are going to donate to you $24 each. That's $72 that you take in. Out of that, you take $48 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You keep $24 for yourself. That's a total of $42 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That takes you up to $113 to this point. $113. And all you did was $1 one time out of pocket. Okay. Understand the process that we're doing here. Now, on the 4th donation day of the cash tripler becomes the 2nd donation day of the $5 freedom. So now the three people are going to donate to you $10 each. That's $30. You're going to take $20 of that, donate that to your inviter, and you keep $10 for yourself. That's a total of $15 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom process. That takes you up to $123 to this point. All right. I hope you're seeing how this is working now, how the process is going. Okay. Honesty and integrity is the key. Okay. We want to stay committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. And as long as we stay disciplined to this process, there's no reason why this can't happen to you. All right. Money is no issue here. So now, donation day 7. Remember, donation days are on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. Now, on donation day 7 in the $1 process, the three people are now donating $64 each. That's a total of $192. You're going to take $128 of that and donate it to your inviter. You're going to keep $64 for yourself. That's $127 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's $187 to this point. $1, one time, out of pocket. Money's no issue. Now the 7th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 5th donation day in the cash tripler. Now in the cash tripler, the three people are now donating to you $48 each. That's $144. You're going to take 96 of that, donate it to your inviter. You keep $48 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $90 just in the cash tripler, taking you up to $235 to this point. Now the 5th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 3rd donation day in the $5 freedom. That's $20 from the three people. That's $60. Out of that 60, you're going to take $40 and donate that to your inviter. You keep $20 for yourself. Now that's a total of $35 that you've accumulated in the $5 freedom process. That takes you up to $255. Okay? And all of this is based off of a $1 one-time out-of-pocket. Money is no issue. See, if we can just stick to the process, and the money will automatically happen. Right? You see that? Okay. On the 8th donation day, Monday or Thursday, in the $1 process, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $128 each. That's $384 that you're going to take in. You're going to take $256 and donate that to your inviter. You keep $128 for yourself. That's $255 in a $1 process that you've accumulated. All right. In a $1 process. Nobody has given up more than $1. I want everybody to recognize this. Money is no issue here. And you've accumulated up to $383 to this point. Nobody has lost anything in this process. What we're focused on is the process itself. That's all we want to worry about is the process. We're not worried about the money because the money is going to come. The 8th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 6th donation day in the cash tripler. Now the 3 people are now going to donate to you $96 in the cash tripler. That's $288. You're going to take $192 of that, donate it to your inviter. You keep $96 for yourself. That's $186 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler, taking you up to $479 to this point. The 6th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 4th donation day in the $5 freedom. Now that's $40 that you're taking in for the 3 people. That's $120 altogether. $80 of that goes to your inviter. You keep $40 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $75 just in the $5 freedom. That's $519 to this point. $1, one time out of pocket. That's all anybody's doing. I hope you can see this now. Discipline, if we stay disciplined to this process, there's no reason why this can't happen. Right? Let's go on. On the 9th donation day, donation days are Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. On the 9th donation day, in the $1 process, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $256 each. That's $768 altogether. You're going to take $512 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $256 for yourself. That's $511 in just a $1 process, taking you to up to $775 to this point. Okay? $1 is all it took to get this going. $1. That's all anybody's doing. So in a month and a half, you've accumulated $775 in a month and a half. Oh, not a month and a day, I should say. Okay? This is, I'm telling you, money is no issue. Don't focus on the money because that's automatic. Stay on this process, right? So now the 9th day in the $1 process becomes the 7th day in the cash tripler. Now the 3 people are going to donate to you in the cash tripler $192 each. That's $576 that you take in. You're going to take $384 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You keep $192 for yourself. That's $378 that you've accumulated to this point in the cash tripler. That's $967 to this point. The 7th day in the cash tripler becomes the 5th day in the $5 freedom. That's $80 each. That's being donated to you. That's $240. You're going to take $160 of that, donate it to the person that invited you. You keep $80 for yourself. That's $155 just in the $5 freedom, taking you over $1,047 to this point. Honesty and integrity. These are the keys. Okay. Commitment to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. That's our mission. And as long as we stay disciplined to the process, there's no reason why this shouldn't happen. All right? Now, donation day 10. Donation day 10. In 5 weeks, donation day 10, Monday or Thursday, those are the days that we donate, right? The 3 people in the $1 process are now going to donate to you $512 each. That's $1,536 that you're taking in. You're going to take $800 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $736 for yourself. That's $1,247 that you've accumulated in a $1 process. I hope y'all are recognizing this. This is what you call compounding. See the effects of compounding. That takes you over $1,783 to this point. All right. Now, I want to say something at this point here. See, the only people that you're dealing with in this process is the person that invited you. That's who you're donating to. And the 3 people that are donating to you. Those are the only 3 people that you have to deal with. Okay? The 3 donations that you're receiving and the 1 donation that you're donating out to. The person that invited you. That's the only person that you're ever going to donate money to. Make sense? So now, the 10th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 8th donation day in the cash tripler. So now in the cash tripler, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $384 each. That's $1,152. You're going to take $600 of that, donate it to the person that invited you. You keep $552 for yourself. That's $930 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler, taking you over $2,335. This is, I'm telling you, focus on the process. Focus on the process. The 8th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 6th donation day in the $5 freedom. Now the 3 people in the $5 freedom are donating $160 each. That's $480 that you take in. $320 of that you're going to donate to your inviter. You keep $160 for yourself. That's $315 just in the $5 freedom that you've accumulated, taking you over $2,495 to this point. Honesty and integrity. That's the key. Being committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. That's our mission. And stay disciplined to this process. There's no reason this can't happen to you. This is just 5 weeks into the whole process. 5 weeks. That's not a long time. All right, now watch this. On donation day 11, remember Mondays and Thursdays, the 3 people in the $1 process are now donating to you $800 each. That's $2,400 altogether. You're going to take $1,000 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $1,400 for yourself. That's $2,647 that you've accumulated in a $1 process. Nobody has given up more than $1 out of pocket one time. That's it. The power of compounding. That's taking you up to $3,895 to this point. The power that you have right here in this team, in this community. See, I want you to realize the power that you have right here, because I don't think some of y'all may not recognize this. The power that's being built here in this community. All right? You're building a community of leaders right here. When you get to this point, you're building a community of leaders. All right? All with honesty and integrity, with the mission of getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. I want you to recognize what's happening here in this process. The process is the key. Now, the 11th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 9th donation day in the cash tripler. So now in the cash tripler, the 3 people are now donating to you $600 each. That's $1,800. You're going to take $1,000 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $800 for yourself. That's $1,730 just in the cash tripler, taking you up to $4,695 to this point. So you understand, honesty and integrity is needed here in this process. This money right here, this is house money, right? Really, you can say this is the community money, because all anybody ever gave up was $1 out of pocket initially. That's what started the whole process, $1. The 9th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 7th donation day in the $5 freedom. Now the 3 people are donating to you in the $5 freedom $320 each. That's $960. $640 of that you want to donate to your inviter. You're going to keep $320 for yourself. That's $635 that you've accumulated in the $5 freedom process, taking you up to $5,015. Okay. Discipline to the process is what gets you here. Discipline. Now, at the end of 6 weeks, the 12th donation day, remember, only on Mondays and Thursdays are we donating. Any donations are all done on a Monday or a Thursday. So now in the $1 process, the 3 people are now donating to you $1,000. You've taken in $3,000 in the $1 process. You're going to take $1,000 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $4,647 that you've accumulated in a $1 process. Unbelievable. This is compounding at its finest, taking you up to $7,015 to this point in 6 weeks. I hope y'all recognizing this. Now, at this particular point, whenever you receive $1,000 from 3 people, at this particular point, you will no longer donate on a Monday or a Thursday. At this particular point, you will donate to your inviter on a Tuesday of each week. A Tuesday of each week. And you will keep $2,000 every week, okay, in the $1 process. No longer will you donate on a Monday or Thursday at this particular point. It will only be on a Tuesday of each week. Got it? So now, the 12th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 10th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. So now the three people at this juncture will now donate to you $1,000 each. That's $3,000 that you take in. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to your inviter, and you're going to keep $2,000 for yourself. That takes you up to $3,730 just in the cash tripler. That takes you up to $9,015 to this point. Honesty and integrity is the key. Being committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. That's the mission. And staying disciplined to this process. Because now at this point in the process, whenever you receive $1,000 in the cash tripler from three people, from that point forward, you will only donate on a Tuesday of each week. And you keep $2,000 every Tuesday of each week that you receive $1,000 from three people. Make sense? Now, the 10th donation day of the cash tripler becomes the 8th donation day in the $5 freedom. In the 8th donation day in the $5 freedom, that's $640 from the three people. That's $1,920. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $920 for yourself. That's $1,555 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom. Okay? The following donation day, which is on a Monday or Thursday, the following donation day, the three people are now going to donate to you $1,000 each, which is $3,000. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to your inviter. You keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $3,555 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom, taking you over $11,935 to this point. $1, one time, out of pocket. Money is no issue here. It's the process is the key. That's what we're looking at. Discipline to the process. At this particular time, whenever in the $5 freedom process, three people donate $1,000 to you, at that particular moment, you will only start to donate on a Tuesday of each week. No longer on Mondays and Thursdays, Tuesdays of each week. And you will keep $2,000 in the $5 freedom on Tuesdays of each week. So that means now you had three different processes that you were keeping $2,000 in the $1 process, $2,000 in the cash tripler process, and $2,000 in the $5 freedom process. That's a total of $6,000 every Tuesday of each week. I hope y'all recognize this. This is powerful. Compounding at its finest. And now you see why it takes honesty and integrity. Okay? Honesty and integrity. Because you're only dealing with one person that you have to donate to. That's it. And you're only dealing with three people that are donating to you. And the only thing anybody ever came out of their pocket with was $1, one time out of pocket. That's it. That's what generated the money. So money is no issue as long as we stick to the process. I hope everybody can recognize that. Because the mission is to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. That's the mission. And if we can adhere to that and stay focused on that and stay as disciplined as we can to the process, there's no reason why this can't happen to us. But now here's the thing. This is what we got to remember. This is all on us. Because remember, there's no website, There's no software to keep track of all of this. We have to do this ourselves. Well, you might be saying to yourself, well, Brian, why are we not doing this on a website? Why don't we have a computer take care of all of this for us? That's a great question. Because the reason why is because we have to be in control, not a computer. See, there are certain factions or entities or people that don't want this to happen. They don't want this to happen. Why? Because they can't get a piece of it. See, we have to take control of our own community here. We're in control here. See, the analogy that I use is that in your community where you live at, the community, the neighborhood that you live in right now, if 20% of the people within your community were cash-strapped and debt-free, you can control your community. The government officials that's in your community could no longer dictate to you, but you dictate to them what you want done in your community. See, you have the control and the power now in your community instead of the other way around. Because money is no issue to you anymore. Okay? You're out of debt now. You're getting out of debt. And if 20% of the people in your community was cash-strapped and debt-free, no one could control you. You dictate. Because isn't it supposed to be that the government works for you? Aren't they supposed to work for us? So why does it feel like we work for them? Why is it that when we go to work on our jobs, before we even get our paycheck, they take theirs first? Who created that system? So we need to be in control of this. Not some computer software, not some website, because that could get shut down. We have to be in control. And to be in control, you got to be in control. It's on you. So it will behoove us to have some type of ledger or spreadsheet to keep track of our donations that we take in and that we send out, so we can keep track. Because this is a community of like-minded individuals working together, peer-to-peer, one-to-one. This is a private community. This is not for the public. This is for private. It's a private community. You have to be invited in. Okay? And the only people in control are the people that's a part of this community. No corporations, no governments, no nothing. Just the people. You follow me? So sometimes, control sometimes scares people. So that's why it's very important to have honesty, integrity, and commitment, and being disciplined to this process. I hope you recognize that now. The process is simple. The process is actually easy to do. The hard part is the people. That's the hard part. The people. Because are they honest? Do they have integrity? Are they committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty? And can they stay disciplined for any length of time? See? That's why those characteristics are so important. So now, in knowing that, We have guidelines that we want to stay adhere to, because even though you're in control, we still need guidelines, right? And quite naturally, the first part of the guideline is to be what? Honest, because we've already showed that we need to be honest about what we're doing here. We need integrity, honesty and integrity, because can you realize getting $3,000 in your hand, cash money? Do you have the honesty and integrity to give the person that invited you $1,000 of that? Commitment. Can you be committed to getting rid of your own debt, first of all, and to helping to wipe out poverty in your community? Can you be committed to that? Yeah, you're bringing in money, and yeah, you can go get the lavish cars and the houses and all that stuff that comes with money. But can you be committed to helping your community get out of debt, get out of poverty? Can you be committed to that? Discipline. Can you discipline yourself to stick with the process, to do what's necessary to get through the process, to get to the point to where you have 3 people donating $1,000 to you every Tuesday? Do you have that discipline? Because let's keep it real. Yes, the process says it can be done in 6 weeks, and it can. But what if it doesn't? See, you don't know what an individual will do. We may be able to gauge what a group of people do, but we don't know what an individual might do. Right? So that being said, you may have to go get more than 3 people, right? In order to ensure that you get donations from 3 people, from at least 3 people. So you may have to go get 5, maybe 6, maybe 10 people, maybe more, to make sure you get 3 people who can donate to you. Does that make sense? Now, all donations should be done on Mondays and Thursdays to keep a more organized accounting of what is being received by each person. Mondays and Thursdays. Yeah, sure, we could have did this every day. Okay. But remember, no software, no computer. It's all on us. So let's keep it organized. We only donate on Mondays and Thursdays. Keep it simple. Keep it as simple as we can. It will be ideal to keep an accounting of your donations or you receive on a spreadsheet or ledger to keep organized of when, from who, and what amount you received. Okay. Keep yourself organized. That's going to be very important. It's all on us. It's all on you. Once you receive the same donation from any 3 people, it will be required to send the donation to your inviter for the required amount for that particular donation day. Okay? That's going to be required to do that. If you receive 3 donations from 3 people for a particular amount, then it's required for you to send the amount that's required to the person that invited you. Now, here's a note. If you do not receive all donations from 3 people, you will wait until you have all 3 before donating to your inviter. So it can actually fall on a later donation day. So meaning if you don't get all 3 donations of the same amount of donations from 3 people, then you want to wait till you get it from all 3 people before you send a donation to the person that invited you. Because you can't send what you don't have. Make sense? So you want to keep everything organized without getting things all mixed up. Just whenever you receive the 3 donations of the same dollar amount, that's when you send the donation that's required to your inviter. Keep it simple. Keep it organized. Then, although it is not required, it would be in good practice to invite more than 3 people to the community to enhance the possibility of getting your 3 donations for any particular donation day. All right? So you may have to go get more than 3 people to ensure that you get 3 donations. If you receive donations from more than the required 3 for the required amount for any donation day, and your donation to your inviter was sent, then all excess donations stay with you. So in other words, if you got 5 people that donated to you the same amount of money on a donation day, the only thing you're required to do is to send the donation that's required to your inviter based off of the 3 people that donated. Anything after the 3 people, those donations stay with you. Make sense? So now it's even more of an incentive to go get more than 3 people, right? Because anything after the first 3 donations, those donations after that stays with you. You don't have to send that to your inviter. When you get to the point that you start to receive $1,000 from at least 3 people that you invited, you should be honored to donate $1,000 to your inviter. You should be honored to do that, right? Honesty and integrity. That's the key. If you receive $1,000 from only 1 or 2 of the people you have invited, the right thing to do is to donate a minimum of 1/3 or $300 of each donation received. So when it gets to the point to where you're receiving $1,000 from somebody and you haven't received all 3, then the right thing to do at this particular point is to give your inviter 1/3 of the $1,000 that you received, $300. Now, once you start to receive all 3 donations, you then should donate the full $1,000 to your inviter. Make sense? That's just the right thing to do. Because you wouldn't be here without the person that invited you. Honesty, integrity, and commitment to wiping out debt, okay, and getting rid of poverty in our communities. If we can do that, there's no telling where our communities could go. All right? Now, what I want to show as well, these charts that I showed you, you'll be able to get these charts. Okay. If you need the charts that I've just shown in this presentation and you want the guidelines, if you didn't get them from your inviter, you can email at 135community.unity@gmail.com. That's 135community.unity@gmail.com. We have a YouTube channel where you can get the recording of every presentation that's done, okay, on the 135 community channel. So you can go to YouTube and put in the 135 community. It'll bring up our channel, the YouTube channel, and every presentation that's done is there. And you get to pick whichever recording that you want, and you can send that to somebody to get them acclimated to what we do here in the 135 community. Also, this presentation is done live every Monday and Thursdays, which is donation days. Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm committed to being here every Mondays and Thursdays, all right, to go over this with any people that you have. All right. I don't know if you're through the people that I invited. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're all a community. We're all here together. All right. We're all committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. And if you have anything to contribute, let us know, because it's here to help everybody. Just to let you know, one of the members of the 135 community has put together an ebook journal to keep everybody organized. Ronnie Harris put together an ebook that anybody can use to help them stay organized throughout the process. Okay? This is a wonderful, wonderful tool to use to keep you on the right track and to help you keep the people that you bring in to the community on the right track, so we can all attain to get to the level to where we can get out of debt and wipe out poverty in our communities. This is a powerful, powerful thing, and I really appreciate him for doing this. Okay? This is a great thing, y'all. I really, really hope that you can see what's going on here. Because no more should we get caught in a shutdown like we got caught now. This should never happen. So now you can see who's in control. You know, most people in America and possibly around the world are one paycheck away from being in the street. So understand, as long as you're in debt and as long as you're lacking for money, someone else is in control. We need to take control of our lives, but we can't do it alone. We have to work together. And this process is what that's all about, working together. Okay? So now, I want to take this time now. Anybody that has any questions at all, please step forward. Just hit your mute button on your computer if you're on the computer, or if you're on the phone, just hit *6. If you have any questions or comments, anything about this process, let it be known. We're here to help you. We want to see people go through this process. This process is young. We're only going into the 9th week of this process. All right, the 9th week. Let me ask you this. To get $2,000 a week from 3 different processes, that's a total of $6,000 a week. To do that in 12 weeks is phenomenal. And understand, it can be done. Somebody's going to come through here and do that. It can be done. But now, if it took you 24 weeks to get that done, would it be worth it? Let's say it took you a year to do that, to get 3 people who could donate $1,000 each in 3 different processes. Would it be worth it? You know, we're not talking about 3 different people. I mean, three different people in each process. No, we're talking about the same 3 people in 3 different processes, giving you $1,000 each in 3 different processes. All right, where you're keeping $6,000 for yourself. If it took you a year to get that done, would it be worth it? If it took you 2 years to get it done, would it be worth it? This is what you have to ask yourself. Putting yourself in a position to where you are cash strapped and debt free. The power is in your hands. You just have to realize it. And we can't do it alone. All right? Anybody, any questions, any comments? We're here every Monday and Thursdays. Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You say that this program has been going on for 9 weeks.
Yes, sir.
How are things going? Do you correspond with the people in the program?
Well, only the people that I deal with. I don't know how others are doing. I just know how I'm doing, and I can tell you, and based on the people that do talk to me, that's not not even affiliated in my group. I can say that no one has gotten to $1,000 from 3 people yet.
Okay.
Okay. That doesn't mean it can't be done. It just means that we have a ways to go. Because see, here's the deal. This is just my opinion. We have to change the way that we think. We have to change our mentality, and we have to uplift our consciousness to be able to get there. That's the key. And that's why it's so important to have those characteristics: honesty, integrity, commitment, and discipline. And everybody may think they have all of those traits until it's time to use all of those traits. And so those are traits that have to be developed. And it may take time. And that's okay.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
When I got ready to come in and listen to your presentation, I had to give my email address. Will this information be sent to my email address?
Yes, sir. If you send an email to 135community.unity@gmail.com, then yes, we will send you the charts, the guidelines, and also the recorded webinar. This recorded webinar. Okay. If you don't get it from your inviter. Okay.
Okay.
So we're here to help. We're here to help you, even if your inviter doesn't.
What if you don't have an inviter?
Well, if you don't have an inviter, you want to make sure you well, how did you find out about the community?
On Facebook.
On Facebook? Okay.
Because the person that would be the person that I went to his Facebook page, but I can't get him to return any of my calls or my messages, so I don't know if he would be my inviter or not.
Okay. Well, you can email 135community.unity, and if you don't have an inviter, then we'll get you an inviter.
Okay.
Somebody that will work with you. Okay? So just let us know that you don't have an inviter, and we'll get you someone that you can work with. All right?
All righty.
Great. All right, because, we can't do this by ourselves.
Right.
And see, that's what it's all about. That's why it takes commitment.
Yes, it does.
It does. You
and
can
the key
see
is
that.
finding, well, you really only have to find 3 that's committed.
Right. That's right.
If you can find 3 that can find 3, that's the key.
That's the key. And see, and see, you may have to go through more than 3 to find the 3 that you're looking for.
Exactly, right.
Everything is a numbers game, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Because there are going to be people, when they get to a certain point, they're going to receive a certain amount of money, they're going to drop out.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I say honesty and integrity. Because if you don't have honesty, and somebody comes in and they don't have honesty and integrity, and they end up getting a few $100s in their hand, they might just walk away from that point.
Yeah.
Feel like they that's all they need, and that's bound to happen.
Right.
That's why you may need more than 3 people.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I'll send that information to you so you can send that. You say you have this recorded, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
And what's your name again?
And I'm Brian Frazier. Brian Frazier.
Brian who?
Brian Frazier. That's my name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
All right. And your name?
My name's Eric.
Eric. Okay, Eric. Great. Looking forward to it.
All right.
All right. Great questions. Any other questions? Any other comments? You know, if you're going to invite people into the process, it's best to get with them. Okay. Build a relationship with the people that you invite, because you never know where this is going to go. You just never know. Any other question?
I have one more question. I won't bother
Yes,
you
sir.
again.
No
How many
problem.
people do you know? How many people do you have on this call right now after 9 weeks?
Well, today, let me see. How many we got on here tonight? 1, 2, 3. Right now, we've got about 11 people on the call.
Okay. Okay.
Now we've had as many as 30 on a call.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. All right. Anybody else? I don't want to hold everybody too long, but anybody else? Any other question? Any other comment? Okay. Any questions or anything that you need that you don't answer to ask today? Just email at 135community.unity@gmail.com. Okay. And we'll try to answer any questions that you have. We're here to help. We want to build this community. We want to show that this can work. We want to show that we can come together on our own accord, okay, without any help from any government, any corporation, okay, without any threat of anybody trying to shut us down. We want to do this on our own. And we can do it. All we got to do is put our minds to it. All right? So with that in mind, I thank everybody for coming to the call tonight. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope that you can see a future with the 135 community, and that we go to to the highest heights with this and get as many people out of debt and out of poverty as we possibly can. So with that in mind, thank you all. You all have a great night, and have a great weekend. And we'll see you here. Have a great week, and we'll see you here next Thursday, this Thursday coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if this is your first time on the call, get with your inviter, get them $1, however they want to receive it, and get into the process, and let's get going. Get your 3 people that you want to invite, get them to the call on Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's go for it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.